Hey up, Angus the singing driving instructor here again. Welcome to this lesson on mirrors and their correct setup, plus the limitations as well. I'll be as quick as I can because I don't want to get bored. Right, this is the main mirror, what I refer to as the main mirror. And it is a flat glass mirror which gives a true size image compared to the door mirrors, which are convex mirrors, which have got a slightly curved surface to them, and they give a smaller image but a wider field of view. So that car you can see behind us here, this car here, right? If you look at the size of him, or of his car, there, okay, and I'll keep my fingers like that. If I now look at the door mirror, what you'll see is that he is a lot smaller in the door mirror. So he looks further away. So when you're driving along, or about to move off or whatever, you need to bear that in mind. Okay. Now the main mirror, when you're driving normally, with the way I've got the camera here, it doesn't really show it from my eyesight, if that makes sense. So I shall insert a photo here. Okay. You adjust the door mirror. That's not the door mirror, Angus, that's the main mirror. It's on a ball joint, and you adjust it like so into the correct position, and you adjust it so that the back window is framed within the mirror, okay? Don't touch the mirror or you get fingerprints all over it, okay? You can go to the back of it, yeah? Okay, so that's the main mirror. The door mirrors, various cars adjust them in various ways. This car's got electric door mirrors because I'm very posh. And you need to adjust the door mirrors, which we'll talk about the actual adjustment of them when you're in the car. But the way to set the mirror up is so that you have the horizon, if you like, sort of halfway up the mirror, if that makes sense. And you just want to see the edge of your car, so you know there's definitely nothing between the edge of our car and the edge of the mirror, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, so that's the view you have from the driving seat of the right door mirror. And the view from the left door mirror, again, I'll put some photos in with these as well. The view you want is horizon sort of halfway up the mirror, and just the edge of our car there. You possibly just see the door handle, okay? So that's the setup on the mirrors. Now that does present certain problems with blind spots and things, and we'll talk about that in the next bit of this video. I'm going to insert it in here. Okay, so we've talked about setting the mirrors up, and what we're now going to do is talk about the limitations that your mirrors have in terms of the blind areas, or the blind spots, as you've no doubt heard them called. Now, just one thing before I do that is when you're setting your mirrors up, you need to adjust them so that you don't have to move your head when you're looking in your mirror. Certainly your main mirror, that just wants to be set so that you just kind of just sort of point your eyes at it. Your door mirrors, certainly your left mirror, you might have to just sort of turn your head a little bit. Your right hand door mirror, just sort of turning your head a little bit. But your main mirror definitely is just kind of an eye movement. You don't want to be having to move your head. Okay, so the mirrors you use to check for the position and speed of vehicles around and behind you, including pedestrians, so other road users generally. Okay, so blind spots, let's move on. This is the footpath on the left hand side, and this is the footpath on the right hand side of the road. Okay, and we're going to have our car, we're imagining, is parked in that situation there. And the view that you get through your mirrors, if that is the main mirror, and that is your right door mirror, and that is your left door mirror, and that is your head. Now when you look at your main mirror, if it's set correctly, framed the back window in your mirror, when you look at that main mirror, the view you get out the back of the car is something like that. So you've got a view sort of covering that area there. Okay. Now the view from your right door mirror, when you look at your right door mirror, sort of flares out to the right hand side there and follows down the side of the car, and you get a bit of an overlap with the view from the main mirror. But the view that you're mainly getting, if you like, is that view there. The view from your left door mirror again flares out to the left down the side of the car, bit of overlap with the back, but the sort of main part of the view is that area there. So that's what you can see in your mirrors, provided you're looking at the mirror. Okay, so whatever mirror you're looking at the time is the only view you can get. So if you're looking at main mirror, you've only got that view. Looking at the right door mirror, you've only got that one, and left door mirror, you've only got that one. So you've very limited view as to what you've got. Very focused, but very limited. You've also got your peripheral, when you're looking forward, so I'm not looking in the mirrors, you've got your peripheral vision off to the sides, like so, and obviously your view off to the front as well. So you can see all sort of this area here and this area here, provided you're looking either in the mirrors or in that direction. And what you'll notice is that we've got this massive area on this right hand side here, for example, which we call the blind spot. We've also got this massive area here, which carries on over there, as a blind spot as well. So these are the blind spots that are created, or I suppose neglected is a better word, by your mirrors. Okay. Now you do get other blind spots behind various sort of obstructions within the car's bodywork, so like the door pillars and things, and the head restraints to a certain extent, and your passenger as well. Sometimes when you're emerging from the left, coming out of a junction or whatever, your passenger can kind of get in the way as well. So it's up to you to recognise where these blind areas are, whether they're with the mirrors or whether they're with bodywork of the car or whatever, and take effective observations allowing for them. Okay. Now, imagine we're moving off from the side of the road. I just want to sort of present a scenario and just talk it through. So we're moving off from the side of the road. Let's imagine we've got footpath here, and then we've perhaps got a garden wall and somebody's entranceway into their driveway. So we may have, for example, a cyclist who is about to move off from their drive. They don't know that you're going to move, for all intents and purposes. They just think you're a parked car. So this cyclist's intended route is to pass around the back of you and then steer off and go down the road. Okay, so that's what they're intending to do as they set off. So let's imagine you're the driver that doesn't check their blind spots before they move. So at the point where the cyclist is here, you're deciding you're going to move at the same time as the cyclist. So what you do is you very, very thoroughly check this mirror, but the cyclist is in your blind spot. Okay, as you look away from this mirror and you look into this mirror, the cyclist passes into the mirror, the view of the mirror that you just looked away from. As you don't see the cyclist in this one because they're in this view and look at that mirror, they pass into the mirror view that you just looked away from. As you then look down the road and start to move, they pass through the mirror you just looked away from and into your blind spot. So we end up in the situation where as you start to move away from the curb, you're moving towards a cyclist that you don't know is there, and you're potentially going to force them into the oncoming traffic, which is not a very desirable thing, to say the least. So that's how you don't do it. Now, what if you do check your blind spots? The differing scenario is that your initial blind spot check to the left, you would see this cyclist. Yeah, you're still going to check your mirror, so you'd still see them. You'd check your mirror, and even if they're sort of passing through the mirror that you've just looked away from, you're still going to check this blind spot to the right. So you've got to you're going to see them as they are in this blind spot here, but also, provided you check this blind spot to the right before you move, you're going to see that cyclist as well before you move, and you're going to delay your moving off, so they come round in front of you, and then you move off behind them when it's safe to do so. Okay, so it is important that you do check your blind spots, and it's something that you need to educate yourself to do and keep doing it. It's it's the sort of thing that can be potentially dropped out of people's good driving practice. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. It becomes something that I'll drill into you as you're doing your lessons. It's not just moving off from the side of the road where you check your blind spots. It's in other scenarios as well. Every time you move off from a parked position, for example, from the side of the road, from petrol pumps, out of parking spaces, that kind of thing. And any time that you really need to feel it will be benefit when you're moving off in normal circumstances as well. So there's certain times on roundabouts, for example, you would do it, or if you're doing lane changes and things. But all that will make sense as we start to do it on your driving lessons. So I hope that all makes sense, and I'll see you on your lesson. Cheers.